This news sort of got lost in the shuffle with the playoffs going on and everything, but Dylan Holloway has extended with the St. Louis Blues for 5 more seasons. According to Chris Johnston, Dylan Holloway signs a 5-year extension with the Blues carrying a $7.75 million AAV. And when you look at the contract structure, it's front-loaded $10 million in the first year, $9 million second, 7.5 the third, 6.25, and then $6 million. And there's also some protection, a 20-team no-trade list in the 4th year, and a 15-team no-trade list in the 5th year. Dylan Holloway's a 24-year-old winger who's coming off a couple good seasons for the Blues. He's in the final year of a 2-year deal that pays him $2.29 million. And this was a deal signed as an offer sheet. If you remember back in the 2024 offseason, after the Oilers lost to the Panthers for the first time in the Stanley Cup Finals, they were in a cap crunch, and St. Louis swooped in, offer sheeting Broberg and Holloway. The Oilers were unable to match, and this ended up being a huge success for St. Louis. Broberg and Holloway have both panned out excellently, and both of them have now signed major contracts with the Blues. Despite dealing with an ankle injury, Holloway ended up putting up 51 points in 59 games with 22 goals, 29 assists. He's got elite speed, sort of a modern-day power forward prototype. In his first year in St. Louis, he put up 26 goals and 63 points in 77 games, and he's established himself as part of St. Louis's core going forward. Yesterday, we talked about the Nashville Predators, and I think St. Louis is in a much better spot than a team like that, even though they finished both with 86 points this season. We'll see how the draft lottery ends up going, but St. Louis was on track to get a top pick, and ultimately they kind of ruined that by playing too good. But they made good moves at the deadline. They ended up acquiring 2 first-round picks, Justin Falk for the Detroit first-round pick and Braden Shen for the Islanders. So they're going to have 3 picks in the top 16 this season. And it's going to be very interesting to see what they do this offseason because you have guys like Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, Pavel Buchnevich, who are all really in the prime of their career. And then you have guys like Broberg and Holloway who are on the younger side, as well as Jake Neighbors. You have Dalibor Dvorsky and Jimmy Snuggerud, who are really great young players as well. Joel Hofer was one of the best goalies in the league in the second half of the season. And then you have prospects like Otto Stenberg, Adam Jiricek. So are we going to see a full-on, rebuild youth movement here? Or are they going to try and be competitive once again here next season? Because we saw Colton Parayko, they tried to trade him, and Parayko shut it down with his no-trade clause. There were heavy trade discussions with Robert Thomas. Last offseason, Jordan Kyrou nearly got traded, it sounded like. It seems like they're motivated to move off of some of these, 26, 27-year-old guys. But now with the young guys coming up, I do wonder, are you going to hold on to those guys and have them as your older core and then have these youth pieces coming in? I still expect them to move off of guys like Jordan Binnington next season, potentially Cam Fowler and Colton Parayko. As long as they don't have another terrible start, I think they could definitely be a playoff team, probably a wild card team, and have to face one of the juggernauts in their division like Minnesota, Dallas, or Colorado. So let me know down below, what do you think of this Dylan Holloway signing? And do you think that the Blues should try and rebuild or retool? And do you think that they're going to be in the hunt for a playoff spot next season? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.